どうも皆さん、そしておはようございます。こんにちは、こんばんは。どこにいてもいつにいてもフィニックス夜明けへおかえりへようこそ。今日はさて今日は待ってたのフェイワイルで戻りです。そして戻りといえばあの二人の戻りです。新婚さんのエメント大社です。おめでとうございます。
おめでとうございます。ありがとうございます。
幸せのところでしょう。結婚したぞ。最高。私はオンラインで少しだけオンラインでその結婚式とか見えてて、とっても素敵な結婚式だった。ありがとうございました。リンクを送ってくれてね、少しでもねもう
嬉しいです。
本殿でいらっしゃることはできなくて残念だったんだけどね、本当にもうちょっとでも見えてて本当に幸せだった。もう最高。ありがとうございました。そして新婚さんの2人だけじゃなくてスカーレットちゃんもいますね。どうも元気ですか？
はい、元気です。
よかったね。皆さん今日はね今月はね、4月になったね。こっちまだそっちはまだ3月なんですけど、こっちは4月になりました。4月の方だとスカーレットさんとコラボしますよ。楽しみですよ。やっと
楽しみ、ほんまに
ずっと待ってたのコラボですね。楽しみですね。18日だよ、みんな。18日です。
楽しみに。
じゃあもうみんな長く待ってた。もう1週間フェイワールド待ってたんですね。もう3週間この新婚の2人を待ってたので、早く始まりましょう。じゃあ皆さん、お待たせしました。今日も楽しみましょう。始まるワイルドビヨンドザ・ウィッチライト。Hello, everyone, whenever you are. Sorry, I don't know who those 4 people were just now. I'm sorry about that. Yes. Hi, how you doing, everybody? Welcome. It is okay. Eldritch Flatcap, loving the look of these characters. First time in chat. I apologize for what you just witnessed. Hello, everybody. As I mentioned, as I'm sure all of you heard, I mentioned that we are in the future, and it is April, which means it's April 1st. So excuse me, I very rarely partake in any April 1st shenanigans. So I just wanted to have a wee shenanigan, just the one. Basically what I was saying is welcome everybody. As always, it's a pleasure to have you in chat and on the VOD squad as always, and it is a wonderful pleasure to welcome back to Newlyweds Eminent Daisha. Congratulations, guys. I got to join virtually and throw virtual rice. Do you see that was a feature? Everyone was just like, throw all the rice.
It's funny, like, just like the Twitch emotes, like, so when you watched the VOD of the Lovecast, it does the chat, like, in time.
Yeah.
And whenever the virtual rice goes, it does it over the screen. It's really cute.
Yes, everyone, let those heart phoenixes fly, for love is in the air. Okay, yes, indeed. Heart.
We are taking marital advice throughout this stream. Whether or not we keep it is our decision, but...
True.
Okay. Well, I have no complaints, but you might have to ask my wife about dealing with someone for 17 years as of tomorrow.
Yeah!
And also, I was talking about an upcoming collaboration with One Scarlet Song this month. Yay! So we finished that bit. We finished the bit.
Oh, sorry. Me. That's me. I'm Scarlet. Sorry.
Yes, I am very excited to run one of Scarlet's beautiful, wonderful, talented, creative, exciting one-shots. And you too can do that. Sorry, we haven't done the introductions yet, but a little preemptive Scarlet in chat.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay, everyone jump on over to the Patreon, and you too can get yourself these, all the adjectives I just said, one-shots, and and enjoy them in your games with your gamers of choice as well. Now, that said, other exciting news. What is happening? The end of this weekend, Sunday evening or Monday morning, we have the Uncaged Anthology artists and writers joining us, fresh from their incredible success with Uncaged Goddesses, their Tier 4, all level 15 to 20 adventure book, which has been on the DM's Guild bestsellers ever since it was released, like from day one.
Whoa!
Absolutely
That's
incredible.
So good.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Wonderful, wonderful. We have the artists, a bunch of the artists, the interior art, the cover artist, and also the project lead for the book, Gwendy, and our friend Dylan Thomas, who wrote the fabulous Candlekeep Mysteries guide that we're using to make it into a campaign, who wrote one of the adventures, which I was surprised. I hadn't actually realised until I found out later. I was like, what? That's so good. Yay! And then that's happening this weekend. I think they're the most excited about the characters that were created for them that I've ever seen in a one-shot roulette so far. Like, I sent them the links to the D&D Beyond character sheets, went to bed, woke up the next morning, there was 140 messages.
Holy.
That's great.
Yes, they're excited. So come and do not miss the excitement there as we jump into that at the end of the weekend. Then that will bring us to the 18th, which is also what I was saying in Draconic, Japanese there for a while, for that fantastic one-shot with Scarlet Song. Well, will Scarlet Song's work? And so you're not allowed to play. I'm sorry, spoilers. Yeah, you might know what's going on. But then that brings us around to next month, I can say now. Saraigetsu for the rest of you. The month after. May. In May, mid-May. Yes, it is. Maharishi, speaking of one-shot legends, thank you for that subscription, sir. And your fabulous moustache. Now, as we roll into May, we are delighted once again to be joining the wonderful people at Games Tavern for their no cuds at all. just way all the way. No, that's curds. Damn it. Never mind. we do need a little Miss Moffat reference in here somewhere in the Feywild. Anyway, yes.
I'm sure it's somewhere.
No kids hungry is what I was trying to say. I can speak Japanese better than I can speak English these days. Jeez.
I mean, you do live.
Yeah. This is the year. This is. Have you heard this, Scarlett? This is the year. This is the year. In a date in June. I'd have to look in my phone to see which one it is exactly. But there is a day in June where I cross over, and I have been in Japan longer than I was in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
Yabe.
This is the year.
Yabe.
This is the year.
Yo.
All right. So anyway.
You're
Yes.
muted stuff, mate.
Things. All the things. She's trying to find the button. Or she'll just give up. No. Okay. So, as we're rolling on towards that. So, yes, no kid hungry. When, you know us, we do like to invite some nice, interesting people to come and join us for these games. So, do not miss all of the fabulous guests we have coming up. A couple just to finalize and get some final details on, but 3 exciting guests I can announce already. James Hake, lead designer of the recent Critical Role book and head game designer at Ghostfire Gaming down there in Australia with Scarlett. And the lead writer on the first ever campaign I ran, Water Dragon Heist. Very, very excited to play with him. Also, other people that we really, really love, the Arcane Library. Kelsey Dion, who is the Arcane Library, will be joining us. Emin and Daisha have played through some of their things. In Barovia, she's the person who wrote that stuff that happened beneath the Blue Water Inn. You remember?
Yep.
And that whole thing down there. And all that we love. Fabulous encounters and one-shots that you can drop into your games and use. Fantastic Halloween stuff every year. Then, finally, an interesting one, but it does make sense, trust me. We'll be joined by NFL player, Cleveland Browns fullback, Johnny Stanton.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He is with the Cleveland Browns and loves D&D.
Yeah, I know, but what?
What?
So.
You missed my initial what? I'm pretty sure it broke the atmosphere.
I heard it on Emin's feed.
Yeah, Maharishi's in Cleveland, eh?
Wow.
So, yeah, looking forward to that very much indeed. As well as some other friends.
Felix, your networking skills blow my mind every
I
single
know.
time. You're
what?
like, name drop. Drop.
And John would say, I just ask.
Exactly.
I mean,
crazy.
You've asked and received, or not.
Ask, and then nudge, because if they seem to be ignoring you, it's just because they didn't notice. They didn't spot it. You know what? They must get just blur of messages all the time.
Oh yeah.
Right. And
great business advice.
Also, have a good cause behind you that some people are very willing to jump on board with, because no kid hungry is So why it's kind of difficult to say no to. It's like, nah, let them starve.
Yeah, optically that does not look great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm the only one that sees the no, but Anyway, it's only if people are busy that they can't join. So, yes, indeed, lots of exciting things. Why? I think I've asked you 3 times how to say your name. Admiral Junior?
Admiral Junior, no.
Admiral Junior, sir.
Admin Junior?
I don't know.
79.
Sorry.
79.
ADMJR 79. Nana, this is just called Nanajuku, Nana for short. Hey, Nana.
Nice.
There you go. Former NFL punter Chris Clue is now a game designer.
Sweet.
Interesting. Target set. Okay. Now, stay on target. Speaking of which, let us talk about thanking some wonderful people. First and foremost, the fabulous, the frictionless Dan Khan. His name is Frictionless Dan. It's just where did that adjective come from? Yes, Dan Khan, the fabulous, speaking of game designers, the fabulous designer Dan Khan and fellow teacher, Sensei, is...
Sensei?
Yeah. Yeah, in the day side of things. And at night. JR, thank you, JR. I shall attempt to remember that. I put a little post-it on my monitor. It's JR, you fool. Turn off the targeting computer.
You fool!
No, the force is weak with this one, but the coffee is strong. Okay, right. So let us actually do what we came here for. Yes, massive thank you to Dan Khan, who is sponsoring this session because we are playing some of their fantastic extra content for Wild Beyond the Witchlight. They have 3, count them, 1, 2, 3. For those that count, it goes 1, 2, 3, as those poets said. The wonderful design and maps and everything that goes into these little encounters that just add some flavor, actually add the stories to very enticing parts of the map, which Wizards was like, nah. We don't need anything to be there. And you can win the chance to play and own the encounter that we are using today from Dan Khan within Brigand's Tollway. There are a certain number of Harangon bandits causing all kinds of trouble and all kinds of reactions around hither, this part of Prismere in the Feywild. And last our adventurers were all together and conscious, they came across Agdon Longscarf, the bravest, most gallant, courageous of all of the Harangon bandits. And they called on their pixie friends, Spanner and Kronk, I believe was what I came off the top of my head.
Yes, the goth pixies.
The goth pixies came flitting on their black lace wings and sprayed you all with hallucinogenic pixie dust, and you were whisked away to various realms. Willie and Corey were taken away to the hag's cottage that they had previously visited near the Eladrin village of Mudjuggle, and they were confronted by a puzzle there, and in solving said puzzle, a feeling of relief came over them, and a wrong that had been put right was the kind of feeling that they got. And Corey, who was forcefully taken away from her flowery hair extensions, was reunited. But as they came to somewhere in the forests of Hither, they were not quite sure where they'd ended up until they realized they were down bottom, as with a heavy clump, 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 Telemy Hill came clumping into view. And they...
Oh, look. A hill.
A hill, there it is. With its nice little curly-toed bootses. As they went rushing up there, were mildly threatened in a very honest and forthright way by the weeping willows. Whomping willows? Of the hill. They went up to the top where they had wanted to meet with a certain little goblin. A delightful, adorable Jingle Jangle with their
so cute.
Big padlock flail. But they do love their keys, and they did have Satalavar's key, the fairy dragon knight, who they are seeking to release from a magical cage. Now, that cage is unfortunately with the hag that they saw in their vision, but that vision was of the future and the hag was dead and gone. But I guess, Satalavar wasn't there, so I guess that bodes well. Wasn't still there languishing, such a fairy dragon skeleton in a cage. He was like, no.
Do we not want them?
What? How could Satalavar? The Haranguns I'll give you, but Satalavar, please.
Oh, warn Satalavar or warn the hag?
Oh, warn. Sorry, I thought it said mourn. So, do we mourn him? Do we not mourn him? I was like, what?
Oh, no. We don't bother mourning the Haranguns.
No, indeed. Okay. Jingle Jangle was too cool. Too cool. I'll tone it down, Phantom. Sorry. Thank you, though. And they retrieved Satalavar's key, and in return, because whilst the various Feywild rules seem to have gone out of the window after the hags took over here, they do wish to carry on traditions. Certainly Corey and Emin, who are... have spent a great deal of time here, and Daisha, who has also been here before. And with their sense of reciprocity coming through, Drow now with a raid. Hello, raiders. How are you doing? I hope you had a fantastic session. Drow now, everybody, is a fantastic artist, and you should follow them right now. Go a different tab, little extra tab. Come on. You may already have a great deal open, but just one more. Come on, just one more. It's only Wafathin. Okay. Boom. Shout out to Drow now. They've been streaming some Warframe. I do not know what that is. Is that cool?
The new update happened.
Cool. Oh, speaking of things we need to update and start happening. Giveaway. Dan Khan is doing a giveaway, as I mentioned. There, open, exclamation mark, and exclamation mark. Coming soon to a city centre near you. Exclamation mark. All of your dramatic goods. Now, exclamation mark, enter. Like Drow now has. Thank you for trailblazing there, Drow. And you can, Baron 2, you can have your chance to win the fabulous Within the Brigand's Tollway. Even if you're not playing Wild Beyond the Witchlight, it would make a fantastic Feywild one-shot. Trust me. And I do want to get to it, so let's... We've been sat here for 40 minutes chatting, so let's get going, shall we? I will shut up at one point, I do promise. Also, a massive shout out to the wonderful people at Sirenscape. What? I have stuff to say. What? Ink Faye. Oh, speaking of Faye. Ink Faye. Hello, Faye. Obviously, Ink. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. If you want to give us a follow, people who are not already, you can jump into our followers Discord and share your own projects, share your art, look to be a player in someone's game, look for players in your game. We have hooked up people and their games going on right now because of the Discord. So I hope that you can jump on over there or just hang out and, just be chill and around the place, like Jason Charles Miller is. I'm just gonna say he's just hanging out there in the Discord with us. Yeah, that's cool. And thank you everyone for jumping in. Oh, good luck, Inc. with that. Now, let me also shout out the fabulous Evan Blair Art, who did these beautiful character portraits, as well as these beautiful frames by Scarlett. Down there. Power drive!
That's all right.
People's Hub Wonder. Sorry. You're like full of Star Trek. Okay, right. So, speaking of these lovely players, let us talk about them. Corey, who are you in real life? Who's Corey and what are you doing? Where are you at right now?
Hi, I'm Scarlett from Australia.
True.
Scarlett Song on Twitch. Lead character artist for the College of Inspiration, and today I'm reprising my role once again as Corey, who wears a face mask. Which is conveniently what I will be doing.
Thank you. Okay. Smiles. Big toothy Oni smiles. Okay. Next up, Emin. Who are you in real life? Who's Emin and where are they at?
Hi there. I am Colby, and I play the fairy rogue Emin Pastiche. I have to ask, John, is Emin aware of his current condition? Because if he is, he's pissed.
Yes. And yes. I should give you the full rundown. Yes, you two were also taken away to Pixieland, and you hallucinated this whole wedding. It was bizarre.
Crazy.
No, you also had your own hallucinations tinged with regret of some kind, but given the opportunity to put it right. And you awoke in the swamp near the Slanty Tower, where you hooked up again with... What's his face? What's his name? People who know American cartoons better than me.
My dirty mind, I'm immediately hooked up.
Ed?
Oh, sorry.
Elma,
thank you. Sorry.
My brain immediately went Wova, and I was like, oh yes,
Wova's that too. Wova too. No, yes, you met up with Elmer, and he took you into the tower, and a short time after, Abbott got frisky about something and went off into the forest by himself. You were like, no, Abbott, no.
Oh,
but then,
no.
But then
what a shame! Not the frog.
You know that. You know that marital advice you were looking for? If I can give you one thing right now.
I'm so sad.
When your new wife has a beautiful, cherished NPC, you might not want to throw as more shade than the Feywild Forest itself. Emin disappeared off into the forest, but came back shortly with Corey and Willie on his back.
Oh.
And all was well. And you heard their voices downstairs and shouted at them from upstairs. And that's where we stopped last week.
Yes, we returned to New York accent going on.
Indeed.
Where you been?
Oh yeah, our Emin impressions were great.
Oh, good. I'm gonna have to watch the VOD. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so speaking of, let's do one last introduction here. Daisha, who you in real life? Who's Daisha and where you at?
I am Stephanie, and I play a snaky barbarian asterisk, and I am also pissed,
hey, Toba.
but pleased with how my vision went. I'm gonna make that call ahead of time.
And we shall hear just what happened to you two in just a moment, because yes, they are all pissed, everyone, and angry, not drunk for people not American. Because whilst they were tripping on the pixie dust, the Harangon bandits took advantage. And they have, apart from the clothes on their back, zero equipment. 0 equipment.
All of her weapons.
I think, actually, I'm going to pull up the Feywild trinkets table and see if there's something in there appropriate to your visions.
Oh, yes!
Because you got stuff from your vision. Right?
I love this.
Okay, so, hit me with it. Emin, what happened to you, sir?
In my vision?
Yes. And
if you need time, I have mine.
I sprung this on them rather suddenly, so everyone please be patient.
Yeah.
And
I'm going to let Daisha go first.
No problem.
Flesh mine out a little more.
No worries, mate. So, yeah, Daisha,
Okay.
What happened? What happened, Daisha?
So in my vision, am I like doing the full blown? Am I storytelling you this right now? 'Cause then I gotta straighten up.
I mean, as you will, milady.
Yes, fantastic. I'm backing up the computer. It's not gonna be that great, guys. Don't be too excited.
Don't go on. You build it.
Daisha finds herself in this like wet, swampy, familiar place. You can hear all of the individual drips off of leaves. There's thunder in the distance, and she doesn't know why, but she feels so panicked and full of dread. And then you can kind of hear in the distance like almost a mewling, like not quite whimpering. And it's distress. And it's kind of that like first person when you put on your VR chat goggles, like the view, like everything on the outskirts is kind of fuzzy. And she hears it coming from this side, and she looks and instantly recognizes a child that she has seen from the village that she's been hanging out near in the Feywild, and immediately vomits. Luckily, the rain is hiding the noise as she realizes that a hag is dragging this child. Not someone she has personally played with, as they're dressed really nice. They're not someone that she has spoken to directly, because she has just been hiding herself in the underbrush and then playing with urchins in the street because she's that young. And the hag is just dragging this child off and into the woods, and she remembers, like, this happened before. And then right on cue, the child screams, and it's like if you can imagine like a cat with a moth, right? Because it is like a fairy folk, and just like bzzz, like that kind of buzzing around, and the hag keeps having to go back to grab this child, and then as the child screams.
If I may.
Yeah.
I can show you what the hag looks like.
Yeah.
Yes. Plot.
Here she is.
Oh, I hate her. It's great.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So she's dragging this child, and the child is screaming. The rain and the thunder is so loud, and the child's first scream, just like Daisha looks up, she goes, "Not again," tears streaming down her face. And the hag reaches for her wooden pony's, what do you call this? Bridle?
The reins, yeah.
The reins, yes, thank you. She reaches for her wooden pony's reins, and then Daisha goes running out as fast as she can, because the hag is looking forward, grabbing the, and just like has a sharpened like shell that like she got from her surroundings, has a sharpened shell, like an oyster shell, that she just and then like grabs the girl, cuts the cloth that's within the hag's hands, tumbles over, and they tumble over each other into the bushes. And then Daisha looks terrified at this girl and just like goes, "Run," and then runs the other way, and then leaves the girl from there to kind of fend for herself.
Okay. And the girl looks up at you with just these big eyes, and she's like, thank you. And she just reaches out and she slams something into your palm and books it the other way. And you...
So good. So good.
Don't even look down. You just go dashing through the trees and the rain, just splashing, just almost like driven on by an elation that you had this chance to redo this, to revisit this failure of courage that you had been, regretting this whole time. And everyone, if you're wondering why this theme is like this, it's because this magical effect that was placed on them, this pixie dust, which apparently the Harangon bandits had gotten from Bavlorna, the hag in charge of Hither. And you remember, guys, the other day, when you were in Mudchuckle, the environment had changed because the hag was concocting something. Do you remember that? Yes. It appears that this was the outcome of that. And she concocts these regretful things, but there is a chance to change it, a chance to take ownership of that. And you were given this kind of do-over, and you just go charging and running, and as just it almost blurs in motion as you just go charging through the trees, and then the rain stops, but the water is still there. The ground is very flooded, and you trip on a root and splash into the water on the ground. And when you pull yourself up out of the mud and muck, you see that around you the scenery has changed and the sky has lightened, and you see the Slanty Tower rising out of the trees ahead of you, and you grab onto a nearby vine and pull yourself up and start to stumble towards it as the only point of reference. And off to the side you see and hear first, and then see Emin emerging from the trees, like similarly bedraggled and confused looking, and seeing him and allows you to kind of realize your own lightweight nature, if you will, and you both realize that you have had all of your possessions taken, except Daisha, in your palm you can feel this object that was given to you by this girl that you rescued from this hag, this object clenched tight, and you slowly uncurl your fingers, and there is a coiled chain. And let's have a look here. Yeah, inside, on the end of the chain, there's a small pendant charm that looks like a leprechaun.
Perfect.
And
Love it.
You have a single use of the luck feat.
Oh! Yes, I knew it.
As you found these lucky charms.
Found the single lucky charm. They found.
Yes, on the end of a pendant is a small multicolored piece of cereal.
I was so ready to be like,
small marshmallow
and I put
shape.
it on. And Daisha's just like, that's nice. And like puts it in her pocket.
So yeah, so luck. The luck feat is just a reroll, right? It is.
I think it is, yeah.
So yeah, nothing too
and
crazy.
You get to make the decision after you find out what the result is.
Yes.
Thank you for our pity charms. Appreciate it. Love it.
Is a very, very tiny wedding gift.
I re-roll on the wedding.
No.
Wow.
No. What?
Hey, Mac, how you doing?
A lot of things went wrong that day. It's not re-roll for my husband.
I see. I would like to randomly generate a new husband.
The actual panic.
Everyone calm down. I'm so sorry. Wait.
Incoming smooch, I think. Knew it.
Panic relief smooch.
Smooch.
I'd like to cast Lay on Kisses.
Lay on lips.
That's my next paladin.
John, I know I messaged you a thing. But
Oath of Smooches.
I changed it.
No problem.
So, on Emin's end, I guess when he comes to, he's back at the Witchlight Carnival.
Okay.
And at first he's confused, and he starts to look around, and he realizes, after seeing a couple of guests and then seeing like Daisha's back, she's like turned away taking care of something else, he realizes this was a couple of days ago, if that. And he sees his chest kind of sinks when he sees the child that he failed to protect from like the guards of the carnival, taking the same path that they did before. And before he has a chance to say anything to Daisha, he takes off after. And in his pursuit, he's like, it's sinking into his mind that it's gonna happen again. He's not fast enough. So as he's pursuing the child, he takes out one of his daggers and just starts cutting like pieces of the things that he's wearing away. And it's kind of revealed that there's like layers and layers of disguises and cloth and accessories, and he's just kind of tearing them off of himself to get a little bit more, he doesn't even know what, like aerodynamic advantage, less weight, whatever he can do. And he has a kind of flash that back to what happened originally, and he remembers that one of the reasons he wasn't fast enough was his other dagger caught a rope. So as he has this realization, he cuts the holster off of his side and takes off, and he's able to get a hand on the child's shoulder. Right as he's about to turn to cut into the tent, he grabs him, and he's going so fast that he kind of pushes into the kid, and they continue to roll. And when they finally come to a stop, he has his arms around the kid, and he sees before he sees the guard, he sees her part the cloth of the tent with her lollipop, and she emerges, and he kind of panically shouts at her, "No, I got this one. It's okay. We're gonna take care of it. I got it." And she, without blinking, turns and goes back into the tent. And he turns to the kid, and he realizes that he's holding him a little too tight. So he loosens up and he kind of shakes him a little bit. And he's like, "Kid, where's your mom and dad?" And escorts the child. I don't think the child would say anything even. He would probably be a little too shaken up. And he would take him back to the lost and found booth and wait for mom and dad. In this case, mom and mom.
Yes.
But he doesn't know that yet.
Yeah, and there she is. Sorry, there's not individual art, but there's the group art of the three of them. Mm-hmm. That was her in the middle there.
Aww.
Pallid skin and the pig mask and the oversized lollipop. And as you take the child back to Durlagrown, the huge displacer beast in charge of Lost and Found, the child turns to you and says, "Thank you, mister. Maybe this will help. I think it will come in useful." And he hands you a toy unicorn made of wood, painted with bright colors. So make a note of that.
Oh, I have feelings. So
many
feelings right now.
Welcome to Frictionless Dan. Good evening, sir. I believe, over your side of the world. And thank you for what we are about to enjoy. Everyone, big shout out to Frictionless Dan in chat there.
Okay.
Generous sponsor of our session today as we head towards the Brigand's Tollway. But we're not quite there yet. As with a rustle of tent fabric, your vision changes, Emin, and the Witchlight Carnival fades from view, and the forests of Hither return, and you too see the slanty tower emerging from the trees ahead, and making your way towards it, see Daisher, bedraggled, soaked to the skin. Somehow. It hasn't been raining. The swamp waters aren't high anymore. And the two of you convene. What do you say to each other as you arrive at the tower?
And then, I did it, I fixed it. Where have you been?
I think that Emin is gonna he's gonna look at the little unicorn in his hand, and he's gonna look back up at Daisha and say, "Oh, just a little babysitting."
And cue recognition of lack of equipment.
We're feeling lighter, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that would probably, it might take him a little bit longer to realize. Hey, don't you carry more?
Yeah, our stuff's gone, but worth it, because I fixed it.
What did you fix?
A problem that's not a problem anymore. Probably is still a problem, but this time, I did it. There was a girl. And the hag, well, I fixed it. I don't know if she was okay. It didn't go that far. I couldn't, like, follow her when she ran into the trees. But I did what I could do. I was just a little girl. We should ask Willie and Kore what they saw.
They're nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, that would be nice, but I don't.
You lost them?
Now hold on. I did.
What are you?
I did not lose. And he stops and he realizes that all of his stuff is gone, and he's like, wait. I didn't lose this stuff. I would have never lost. Wait. I spent a lot on that rapier.
I mean, Daisha. It is good to see you again.
That took me a second.
You see that?
I was like, no.
You see the as I was saying, Etin, not Etin. You see the Ettercap that was Elmer, transformed by the hag's magic, at the top of the slant of stone that leads up to the slanty tower. Come in before the waters rise again.
Oh God, yeah. After you.
In we go.
Okay. And that's rather glorious music. We shall return to where we left things last time. Kore, you and Willie enter into the tower. Willie turns to you. Kore, eine Minute bitte. I would like to, I have an idea about these carrots.
That's your German accent? Okay.
Not bad.
Really, you sound higher pitched than usual. But you know what? I'll leave that to fear. Enjoy your carrots.
I'm quite stressed by this loss of
Yes,
everything.
I can only imagine.
Everything!
I can only imagine. Breathe. Breathe through. Go on. We've got at least this. And she holds up the silver key that they were given. One checklist done.
Sehr gut.
All right. I will see to the others and let them know you're alive and plotting with carrots. Somehow you've made him more psychotic, which I really like.
I've got enough accents of my own to deal with, and I'm trying to do everyone else's accent as well.
It's okay. It's okay. I just like how much more bloodthirsty
It was just different.
It was way more higher pitched than I think I was thinking it was going to be. I was just like, oh.
So I think I went a bit mad scientist. Sorry.
No. It fits his giddy nature.
Yeah, totally. I like it. Anyway, Corey.
It's okay. It just speaks to the originality of DM Charlie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Cannot be imitated.
Cannot. One and only.
So, Corey, yes, you make your way up the stairs. You are nearly knocked back down them by a very excited...
Hello, beautiful. Your gorgeous canines still canonic. Yes, they are.
As the hound emerges from the shadows at the top of the stairs.
Alas, I have all of my jerky stolen by jerks, which is what they'll become when the time I'm done. How are you?
Yes, they have no love of Haragons either. Emin, Daisha, and Elmer come down from above. Down, boy.
Oh, it's all right. Just avoid the hair, dear. I think he's chosen one poisonous to dogs. Calm down. She says to whatever bloom of I'm thinking monk's hood, and I'm down.
Yep, that work.
And the blue flowers back into closed and just vague, non-threatening petals. It's good. Honestly. Every time. Are you two all right? Is anybody hurt?
Yeah, Elmo says, I heard you were the victims of the Herringon bandits.
Yes. Victims of banditry and goth pixies. It was a day. Are you two all right?
I got to fix it, but we don't have any stuff. I got this leprechaun.
It's lucky. Seems it, at least.
That's what they do.
Well, be careful with your use of it, I'm assuming.
Puts it back in her pocket.
What about you, Emin?
You know, I've been better. But, I got this. He kind of, like, chuckles to himself as he, like, shows her the painted, colorful unicorn thing.
Well, does it look familiar to me at all?
Mm.
Not really?
Not particularly,
I haven't seen anything. Okay. Just like... She, like, puts it... She honestly just gives you 2 thumbs up and goes, well, something is better than nothing, though I'm afraid that I'm rather weaponless.
Yeah, it's pretty cute, so, you know.
It's cute. I mean, you never know. There are creatures obsessed in this universe with unicorns. You may be able to trade it for something. Or it might be more useful than you might think. Have you given it a name?
You know, not yet.
Uni!
Yoni!
Kiren desu.
For some reason, it sounded just like a goat. Sorry, call back to the cutscene.
What happened to you guys? Where'd you go?
Oh, and you see her kind of lift and they put a hand on her hair. Like, she doesn't realize she's doing it. It's like very much she kind of puts her fingers through the strands, and I think you see vines or flowers start to like curl around and grip a little bit tighter.
Yeah, it's like one of those like augmented reality things, like where your hand moves through just these little blue flowers, just like a wave through the hair.
Yeah. Well, some separation happened. We went back to the hag's house. Though not quite the hag's house. Grandmother's cottage. Except it was the future and she appeared to have blown herself up. We got health potions out of it, even if we got everything else taken. So speaking of which, and she gives you both a health potion each. It's just a regular, not... So, what is it, 2d4 plus 2?
Yes.
She gives you both a health potion each, so you both have one now. Villy's consumed his. And we also lifts up Silver Key. We got the key to the cage, and met a hill.
Wait, the key to,
Oh yes, Televa's card. Sir
Televa,
Televa's cage.
that was his name.
Yes. We've got that.
Oh.
Yes, met an absolutely delightful, sweet little goblin called Jingle Jangle, and a very protective hill. Don't mess with it. And don't upset Jingle Jangle. She unfortunately made a bit of a deal with Bavlorna, and you know how those go in these parts, so... As you do.
Right.
And, the trees were rather terrifying for Villy. They were quite normal for me, but, you know, first stint in Feywild and all that jazz.
Emin and I should know the story, how that story goes.
Yes. As you do. And then Abbott showed up. Was like sliming circles all around us. Rather happy to see us.
Abbott!
Took about 20 minutes.
It took an entire 20 minutes to make 2 rounds. You had to indulge them. Billy managed to calm them down, of course, but, you know. But yes, we are currently...
And as you say that, Abbott's head with the frog drawing on it just, like, appears at the window, like, up on the second floor here.
Oh, hello,
It's my
darling.
baby!
And the eye stalks come through.
I like to imagine that Corey is, like, standing next to the window.
Yes.
And, like, Emmett is looking at them, and he sees it in the window, and he's like, good God! Okay.
It's a frog, dear. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
Well, Abbott helped us out. Unfortunately, I'm going to strangle that rabbit with his own scarf if I can help it. And if I can't, I'm going to manage to tie him up with it, at least.
The entire time that you've been saying this story, since Abbott's poked his head in, Daisha's been like, she's gonna strangle him with his own heart, like talking to Abbott in a baby voice with everything. That's right, you're frog.
You that's it, you were frog. She's going to murder him. It's gonna be great, isn't it, darling? But she goes, however, one of the things we did rather find out is that there were rumors that we might be able to use the flooding to our advantage.
And, Emin, I think you've come to the same conclusion in talking with Elmer since you arrived at the tower here. Because you told Elmer, because, you know, Elmer is also a big, disliker of the Harangons.
Right.
Hence all the carrots down on the bottom floor and the trap, which I think Willie sets off again by mistake because he's just angry and not thinking.
Are you alright down there?
Gatten, Himmel! Yeah. And the conversation you had with Elmer about what to do about your stolen equipment, you remember Elmer's logbook. And talking together, Elmer points out that the which is closest to the Brigand's Tollway, is connected to the interior, which is what the Harangons have made into their base, because the interior of that giant tree stump is hollow, and where they camp out. And he, do you remember he told you the first time you were here, if you use that endless decanter of water, which he had hooked up for the trap downstairs, which he uses one last time to clean off Willie before he disconnects it, he remember he told you you could use that to fix one of the Owells momentarily, for temporarily, but not, because remember he tried to fix them, which is why he has the endless decanter. So
yes, so we have a way in. We just don't have anything to defend ourselves with.
yes, if you use the decanter, you can reverse the effects of the hag's magic on the Owells and sneak into the interior of the Brigand's hideout.
So, mandibles.
Hey, I like sneak.
I like
that
sneak
word.
too. The only issue is, can we do it successfully? Because we have no way to defend ourselves if we are onset by a plethora of rabbits that I'd rather turn into jerky. Or pouches. Coat?
Emin, as party rogue.
I think whatever we do with this with the wells. I like the part about undoing the hags thing too. That part speaks to me. You know what they say? If you never try it, you fucked up.
Yeah, that's about right.
You know,
they have that saying where I'm from too.
I don't know who said it, but somebody did. So
they're very wise.
Let's go for it.
Emin.
Yeah.
In this area, you wouldn't happen to know if there's anything we can use to defend ourselves, or Elma, if you have any spare weapons of any kind, pointy sticks with extra sharp bits, anything. Daisha looks like they could take out a house on their own. Yes, no, gorgeous muscles, always stunning. But
Elma thinks, if you promise to use them just in self-defense.
So no hunting the rabbits.
If they come at you, do what you have to do. I have this for harvesting in the forest. And he has a sickle.
Okay.
Or holding it with her hood up and mask looking rather like death. Oh, lovely.
And from my previous occupation, I suppose this... And he pulls out a giant plunger.
Perfect.
Which will effectively work as a club.
I like it.
With the side effect of if you use it in a certain way and they fail a save, you can sucker it onto them and pull them.
I like the idea that it's like stuck into the top of the bunny and like Daisha ends up using it with the bunny to hit the other bunny. Like I could just, that picture visual is just so Looney Tunes in my head right now.
I may be carrying on the cartoon vibe here.
I like it.
It's good, yeah.
And you gather these things. And Elmo shows you where the O well is, which I can also do. It's
DM Summer.
Oop. Yes.
May I ask, did they take out armor as well?
Yes, everything.
So
you
our
have
armor
clothes.
class is down.
Yes, it is. Just unequip it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't delete anything. Just keep it all there. But. So you see the O well there in the middle of the Brigand's hallway. Helle fire! He's shouting at you, Scarlet. So, do you make your way to the O well?
Yeah, I'm assuming so. Are there wisps about?
As in will-o'-the-wisps? I hope not. They're really dangerous.
Well, you mentioned that there were wisps that hung out around the well.
As an occasion, yes. When we get there, we shall see.
Okay.
Willie says, I really must try and sort something with these carrots. I will be, tell you what, if I might keep Abbott, I will charge to the rescue as soon as I can.
Sounds about right.
All right.
See you soon.
So it pats the shell. Boom, boom, boom.
Tonk, tonk.
Good froggy, good froggy. Okay, and you head off into the swamps of Hither. As you travel up top. Sorry. get the right cardinal directions here. As you travel topwards through the trees, you catch up on everything that was going on, and talk to each other about your visions and that interesting sense that something was put right as you finished up the visions. And are you just going to go like as the pixie flies?
Yeah.
Yes. Are we doing it quietly, or are we?
We're just headed to the well right now, so.
Yep.
Are you avoiding Mudchuckle?
Yeah, I would say so. I think we were pretty roundly banished.
Yeah.
That's
a nice way to put it.
Okay. And you start to travel through the forest there. You see that the mood of the swamp is quite vibrant. It seems like Bavlorna is in a good mood, shall we say. Although the colours do dim a little around you as you're kind of like got this feeling of anger and vengeance that's kind of like hovering about you. And the colours brighten again as you pass through. But the three of you make good time and are unaccosted by anything. It seems that the Herringon bandits... by the way, we're coming towards the end of the day here. It's getting darker. But Elma did recommend going after the evening has fallen. Because one of the reasons his trap works so well is that these Herringons have got this harebrained idea, if you will, that the carrots will improve their vision somehow. And they are not as able to keep an eye open and keep an eye on things during the evening as they are during the day. So, you make your way, and after a time, the boardwalks and walkways start to emerge from the swampy ground, and you clamber up and make use of them. You're thankful to be out of the mud and not having to use all your muscles so much to yank your boots free every time. And as you come within sight of the mighty tree stump, it emerges ahead of you. The foggy marsh stretches out before you. Rickety causeways made of wooden planks form a wide web-like structure above the bog. 300 feet away, many of these causeways converge on an enormous ivy-covered tree stump that rises a good 10 feet above the 20-foot-high fog bank that enshrouds it. One of the causeways leads directly into the side of the stump. And nearby, just outside the borders of that fog bank, you see an old well as it spews water into the air. And before long, the waters begin to rise.
Oh dear.
But luckily you are up on the walkways, so it is okay at this point. Now, let me just have a quick reminder of these OLs of ours.
I'd like to think, as we've gotten back up on the boardwalk, I'm extra wary, because I only have so much, but like while she's skulking, she's got the scythe at the ready, and it looks rather like a funny looking death. Just like...
Little chippy death.
Chippy death. No. Mud.
Okay. As you... Okay. As you approach the well as planned, you are greeted by 3 bobbing lights, as Corey had predicted, and 3 will-o'-the-wisps float up out of the well. Now, Corey, you know, you were here when the hags arrived. These will-o'-the-wisps are the spirits of unfortunate creatures that drowned when the swamp was initially flooded.
Yes.
And unlike others of their kind, they are not evil. They're inherently good creatures. But they, whilst they, they fear and shun the hag, of course, but they curiously kind of bob up to greet you. And let's see here. Sorry, just a moment.
I think Corey reaches into her hair and pulls 3 sprigs of like small white lily and offers them in like the act of mourning.
Lovely. And the wisps, will-o'-the-wisps bob up.
Who are you? What are you doing?
Hello, dear. These are for you.
Oh, thanks. What are you about?
We'd like to enter the wells. We need to get things back from those who took things. We didn't follow the rules.
So much lost. So much gone.
Yes. So much taken. We want to make it right.
How? What can you do? What can you do to Buffalo?
Well, more than we can do standing here. Will you let us pass?
We can help.
Yes? Will you?
Will you stop the hag? Will you stop the brigands?
Trust me, I very much want to stop the brigands. Immediate
In a big way.
deadpan. Scythe. Brings up Scythe. Very much want to stop the brigands.
Are you with downfall or against?
Do I recognize Downfall?
It's the name of Bavalona's, where Bavlona lives, where the Soggy Court is.
Oh. I turn to the others. Against, right? Like, we're against. Like, cool. Against.
Good. Then we shall help.
Thank you.
You may pass. And take this.
And it was a D4, and it luckily came up a 3. Each of the 3 will-o'-the-wisps bobs down out of the well towards the 3 of you. and hovers in front of you, and they flare a little, and the light bathes you, and there's just a slight sparkle about you, which fades. You know, it won't give you away when you're trying to sneak around or anything. And they have each given you a magic boon.
We got boon.
A magic what?
Boon.
Boon.
Indeed. Each of you has a magic boon, which is a D4 that you can add in the next 24 hours to any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. Once.
One time.
Okay, I was about to say, dang.
Yeah. Your choice.
Very nice. Thank you.
And they bob back and out of the way. Bob. And clear the way for you to approach.
Alright. Well, those were the will-o'-the-wisps. They're rather nice in this part.
Very kind of them.
Yeah. Sad though. But
Yes.
Okay. Back on track.
But did that sound okay? Sorry, I can never hear it. So okay, good.
It was
No,
good.
it was good.
It was clear enough.
Good to
It
hear.
was neat.
Yeah. Emin is gonna turn to Daisha and Kore and say, now, all due respect, I think I should go first.
That's fair.
But you're the littlest.
Which is why they're good at sneaking.
And Emin, you bring forth the endless decanter of water, and as Elmar had instructed you to engage it. What was the word? The command word? Is it geyser? Yeah.
It was geyser to make the water flow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you call out geyser, and the water blasts into the mouth of the well, driving the magic swamp mortar back, pushing it down the well ahead of you, and you know that the way, you know, the swamp waters don't come up to the mouth of the well, so that it won't flow in behind you. And you were told by Elmer that the depth of these wells is such that as you blast it down with the endless decanter of water, if you then jump down into it, you will just hit the remnants of the water at the bottom and splash into the water there before it's driven out into the side tunnels. So you won't hit like solid bottom of the well. Okay, so you don't have to like clamber down. You can just do a like cannonball into the well.
Whee!
Yes. These old wells are significant. They're like 15 feet across. So.
Hold hands.
Wow.
Well, some of them they're all different sizes, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this one's chunky. So yeah, blasting the water down, you leap off the crumbling stone of the lip of the well, and you get that horrible kind of lurch in your stomach because it's just that little bit too far, and then you splash into the water, and it's a very. You know how like usually you splash into water if you do like a big jump or a dive, and then you have to swim back up to the surface. It's quite weird because you splash into the water, and then the endless decanter of water immediately forces it out to the sides, and you're just left standing on the ground with a small bump and just dripping wet.
Oh, you don't have Lily to dry us off. Shakes.
Let's see, Sirenscape. Give me an impromptu sewer sound set, please.
Like
Ankle deep in
like
stinky
Corey.
water? That sounds right, doesn't it?
Sounds
yeah.
right.
Sorry about that.
Is that the name of the thing?
Mm-hmm.
Ankle deep in stinky
There's
water.
three options. We have ankle deep in stinky water, lost in the sewer, or bubbling junction.
Ankle deep
that first
currently.
one is right.
Sounds delightful. But at least it's it's just it's swamp water, not sewer water. So yay.
Yay.
Okay.
The little things.
Indeed. Now.
Yes.
Emma. You know that the effects of the endless decanter will not last forever, and you, as instructed, turn to face the wall. So the gout of water goes to the wall and then goes out to both sides and keeps the water back in both directions. So you've just got this bizarre, vision of just the wall, the tunnel in front of you, which is rock and earth and tangled tree roots. Occasional bursts of color from different strange aquatic plants that don't subterranean aquatic plants that are blooming and flourishing down here regardless, and nasty patches of slime and stuff left from the swamp water glistening in the light. Daisha is the only one that can see. What are you doing?
Do I have Goblin's Gold in my hair right now?
Goblin's Gold?
Like in the tower.
You
it's
can.
like the bioluminescent.
Yes, you can
small.
if you want to.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like you can't even see the edge of the decanter's water gush.
Nope.
Sorry. And there's this. It smells terrible in a kind of biological way as opposed to sewer. It's like like rotten, stagnant swamp water smell. Sorry, Floridians.
Ooh, but other gross stuff.
Yeah.
Rotting something.
Yes. Engage giant Floridian alligator. Rawr.
Okay.
And the tunnel stretches out in front of you, and you start to squelch along its length, the water gushing out in both directions, keeping the magical swamp water at bay. And as promised, as you head down, left, down.
Yes.
No, is that
That
right?
tracks.
Yeah, I was trying to think it was what's southwest. So sorry, down, down, left. Sorry. Wild Florida man appears. No. Sorry, Emin's our Florida man. It's okay. He's on our side. So yeah, as you head down, left, as instructed, you do, after a time, come upon a almost calcified, rock hard, but clearly once wooden staircase growing. It's like a number of roots and roots of maybe once of the giant tree above were sculpted and shaped into rungs of a ladder, and it reaches up into a space above beyond where the waters are reaching. So you who's going first out of Corey or Daisha? Emin will have to go at the back.
I suppose Corey is going to be as perceptive as possible and do a bit of a scout.
Okay, please roll me a perception check.
Come on. Why are you screwing me? 13.
It's the lack of visibility, I assume. There's this
assuming,
tiny glow from these little strands of color in your hair. You can see the rough earth held together and tangled with roots from the tree above, forming this shaft up towards whatever lies above. And you slowly clamber up, and you find yourselves at a sturdy trapdoor with some weird kind of almost like rubber resin around the edge, so it's clearly meant to be watertight.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think Emin is just angled the decanter of water gushing down. He's just sitting on it and just slowly rising up.
What a visual.
just like using your wings to like bring it rise up, and then it's just like gushing up behind you. It's like, it's like, we made it, folks. We finally got hoverboards.
It just took an alchemical flask.
Back to the Future lied to us, but we have brought it through the magic of D&D. And you clamber up above and find yourselves at this trapdoor. Now, Corey, you have a good listen, but you can't hear anything above the trapdoor. But again, there's that very sturdy-looking seal.
Does the seal look like... Is there any sort of opening on the side, or... Like, does it look openable? Is probably the better way to describe that.
Oh yeah, there's a mechanism to be manipulated from this side. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
You think at low swamp, for want of a better word, low tide. Yes, at low swamp, you think that, I mean, this could be used as like an escape hatch or something. Like the Harringons could use it for sneaky sneaks.
Okay. I like, what is it? All my brain just went, this is the Feywild, it's low tide. Anyway. It just has this like, should I open it? I can't hear anything, but that being said, I can hear the rushing sound of water.
Indeed.
Yes?
Now, I mean, you were told that once you turn off the decanter, it will take time for the water to rise up and return, because it's quite sluggish, nasty water, right? So you will have time to clamber through the hatch and then close it behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I think Elmer used to store stuff here, and there used to be various fey creatures that lived in the tree stump. Is that? Hang on.
Maybe.
Yeah. It used to be just like, it was like a little shelter for like fey creatures or travelers that were coming through this part of Prismere, because the tree. And I think Elmer would tell you this story. Angon angered the Archfey in charge of this part, Zabilna, who's supposed to be in charge of this part of the world that has gone quiet, and Willie is quite disturbed about. Willie's patron, Zabilna. And he was punished by Zabilna by having this scarf trapped around his neck that he can't take off. And then the scarf was attached to this tree by a magical nail. And then the tree was grown like hundreds and hundreds of feet into the air. And he was just trapped, stuck to it. But once the hags took control, the Harangon bandits, from his group, rescued him. And it must have been with Bavlona's help. Because the magical nail that was involved and things would have had to be disenchanted. Enchantment. Yes.
Enchantment.
And that is this tale here.
But they still haven't removed their scarf.
They can't. No. That's the scarf. That's the scarf that you saw.
That's interesting then, because that means that, like, as strong and as powerful as we've lost Dermot.
No.
As strong and as powerful as Bavlorna is, they can't remove certain spells by Zavilna.
Mm-hmm.
Or didn't want to, maybe, is probably a better statement.
You would think a hag, with your knowledge, like a hag would be lower than an archfey.
Yeah, which is why it's so confusing.
Yeah.
Idea.
Is it just completely gone?
Hanging out. Oh, completely gone.
Melt. Okay, folks.
Yeah, indeed.
As you lurk here in the ladder corridor up, up rising up into the tree stump, and talk about your plan of action. What would you like to do? Mellowboat, thank you for the follow, despite some technical problems.
Yeah. I'm assuming we're going in.
Yeah, like we're not gonna climb back up the well.
I feel like would it be possible then to, like, we're after our items mainly, and the death and destruction of all the bunny rabbits. But
That's
to do the death and destruction...
Out of context, that sounds so bad.
Well...
Happy Easter!
Yikes. Yikes.
Big yikes. Anyway, we need to get our weapons back. We don't know where they're being kept within the stump, so we may need to do some reconnaissance. But we also don't know if this main operations, if we're going to witness things, so we all have to do it rather quietly.
I don't think we should split up.
I don't think we should split up either.
No.
In a not shouting, but a normal voice, not a quiet voice, not shouting, a normal voice, Daisha will say, I can be quiet.
Noted. Sorry, this
Can you be silent?
No, how do you do that?
Is that? Oh, Guild Superior. Hello, our friends.
Hi!
Welcome, everybody. How you doing? Oh, thank you for the follow, Pondonkeys. Good name. Okay, switching over. Sorry, just sorting out technical difficulties here. Boom, there we go. That'll do us. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Guild Superior. Previous friends of One-Shot Roulette shenanigans. And good to see you again. Thank you for a wonderful raid there. Hope everyone's doing well. We have another giveaway going on today as we are here in the Feywild, playing through some of the fantastic stuff from Dan Karn, Frictionless Dan. Please do jump in and get your chance to win with ! Enter in the chat there. And we shall send, even if you can't stick around, do not worry, we shall send it your way once we are done today. Send you that link to download that fabulous stuff. And let me do a shout out for those wonderful people. How you doing, guys? Hope you're very, very well. Thank you for the follow. By the way, everyone who's giving us these follows, do check your whispers later for a Discord invite to our followers Discord, where you can share what you've got going on and hang out with us lot. Right, okay. Welcome, guys. I hope you had a great time. Was it Kids on Broomsticks today, right? Thank you, Talk Puppet to me. Talk Puppet to me. Awesome. Hello, hello. They're too close for Twitch. You're too close for Twitch. You gotta separate. No, I'm sorry. That's that's what they're doing. It's okay. No, don't separate. Otherwise, you can't be on screen. No,
don't separate.
Steph,
you literally just got married.
There you go. Yes. Lean it nice and close. Nice and close.
As Colby leans out of frame. Meaningfully.
Leaningfully. Okay. So, as you...
That was like a C+ for a dad joke, so you don't want to know what it was for a regular joke, John.
That was so good.
I try.
So wonderful. Anyway.
Mellowbone, how do you get to play? Well, if you give us a follow and jump into our followers Discord, one of the channels in there is Looking to Play, which you can look for groups to join and hopefully have a chance to play.
Well,
so,
I'm opening.
In the D&D world? Yep, no bills to pay. Yep.
So, okay. If I open up, I don't know whether or not we'll be surrounded immediately or if there'll be things around. I'm hoping that it's in a rather offset corner that no one really pays attention to, that we're going to need to be as quiet as we can the moment we step through. Is that about right? Am I opening it? Opening? Yes? No? Push the wall?
Okay.
Yeah, do it.
Corey opens this up, wondering why she's suddenly in charge of opening doors when she traps. But okay.
Is she struggling?
She's struggling, probably.
Okay, Daisha's just gonna go.
That post.
Struggling or being secretive. It's a thin line. It's a thin line.
Yeah, I think you think she's struggling, but she's trying to be like quiet about it, and you're like, oh, let me help.
Yes, I'm not taking it back. I do, like.
Okay.
Just like.
And you can picture like Corey is still attached, just like flies out.
Yes.
Okay, so you slowly lift the trapdoor above and see a chamber beyond, lit by torchlight, it seems, as you enter within the Brigand's Tollway. And I'm not going to do I don't on Tuesday. Like I was like, as she is searching for the rhyme of the Frost Maiden, and I just clicked on Patch's intro.
That's hysterical. That's actually really clever.
Roll credit. Everyone's like, roll credits. It's like, we actually had credits to roll, so I did it.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, what? Was that the end of the session? And I was like, I didn't think I let it go to the end of the intro. I was like, no, wait, we're still here.
It works for April Fool's Day.
Right. Okay. So, you arrive. Now, I need to get your little tokens ready. Do I do Corey's token first?
I'm assuming yes, as much as I probably am also going,
Okay, Corey. Nani Corey?
Yes. Hi, Corey desu.
Corey. Okay, so I'm going to bring you all over. It will be not visible for Daisher and Emin just yet. Engage beautiful frictionless stand map. Huzzah!
I think Corey looks up and sees what she sees if what this is displaying is anything to go by, and breathes like, I think you hear like a slight like kind of happy noise that she doesn't make. Oddly like terrifying.
So yeah, as you emerge into the space there, Corey, you see a room cluttered with weapons and other supplies. Some haphazardly placed, others moderately organized. A few pieces in particular are placed on wooden pedestals in an effort to make their unimpressive models look more important. Across the room, almost as if set into the wall itself, is a wooden statue of a woman with the torchlight on either side.
Interesting. Torchlight either side. Okay.
Yeah, see the two torches on either side there.
Mm-hmm. Can I do another ear out to see if I hear bunnies?
Yes, give me a perception check.
Come on. That's more like it. 23.
23, very good. You can hear muffled conversation to the left. And there is a door over in that wall, which is just... too many screens. Where do I need to look? Here. Here. There's a door here. And you can hear muffled voices through that, but very faint. And then there is a door in the top wall here. And you do not hear anything in that direction.
Alright, opening, with the trapdoor open, I look down and I'm like...
Daisha's gone so quiet, she's disappeared.
Can I figure out how many there are from like the voices?
Now, if you want Emin to cut off the water and stop the rather loud gushing sound, you need to turn it off, and you need to get the others up into the room quickly before the water comes up.
Yes. Okay. In that case.
So shift over.
I do like cut noise. Cut, please. Cut, please. Please cut.
Cut. Take two. No. Okay. So if you want to move into the room there.
Yep. I'm going to move toward the noise, I guess.
Okay, so you can see the trapdoor there.
Yes.
And Daisha is next through the gap, and I think she just kind of she's very excited about the stealth mission, and I think she kind of if she'll deign to join us. Oh, it's roll 20 being stupid again. Invisible tokens. She I didn't hear that. Sorry, Steph. She exuberantly...
He's like cartoonishly sneaking. Like...
Okay. Yeah, and she kind of like exuberantly kind of vaults over
Maximum Looney Tune.
Vaults over the crate there. Trust me, everyone. Her token is there. You just can't see it. Roll20 will deign to show it to us at some point. Is it showing up for you guys? Because I think everyone gets different views.
I'm seeing Daisha on mine.
Completely dark for us.
Yeah, I don't know what has happened to Roll20 recently. It's really shit the bed. Like every now and then the map will just disappear and it just like graph paper. What? It just goes white with the grid on it.
Actually, no, I saw that before, and then I saw the 2 torch tokens before the map loaded in. You might need to refresh.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it's just what it does recently. I will give it a refresh just in case. Here we go, everybody. Bear with us a moment. Roll20, loading.
Weapons. Is there a crossbow? I would very much like many crossbows, please.
In which case, definitely not.
Damn it. Crossbow expert and nothing.
I gave you a medicine kit.
I can't heal my enemies to death.
Unless they're zombies.
Not anymore. Unfortunately, I know what you're talking about, but unfortunately not anymore. Yeah, healing used to do damage to undead. It does not anymore.
Aww. That sucks.
In days of yore. Now, Emin, you turn off the decanter of water and come buzzing up softly, your wings flapping softly in the air, and kick the trapdoor shut behind you. And there is like those mason jars where you get the lever and it like seals it nicely shut. There's one of those very satisfying levers, and you're just like, yes. And you feel a slight bump as the feet on your feet as the water impacts against it from below, and it does not spill through. So let me put you there, and hopefully Roll20 will show you.
Beautiful.
Nope. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
You got it. Okay, I haven't. It will show up. It will show up in good time. And
yeah, we can see it on our end.
Okay.
Yes,
It's fine. Sorry, excuse us, chat. Just imagine, the theatre of the mind that Emin is there, and it will sort itself in a second. But, Corey, Daisha, you see Emin come up through the hole, satisfyingly close it shut, kind of look happy with himself that it didn't, splurge swamp water into the space, and turn, looking quite satisfied with himself, to you two, and his face drops. And he stops dead still, looking at that statue on the wall.
Turn to Emin. Yeah, are you alright?
Emin, it is not a statue. It is Demelin, the dryad that used to look after Grandfather Tree, the tree that you and your family called home.
Emin will the other two can see his throat kind of catches. He dry swallows, and walks over to the statue. He lands. His feet were on the door, so he's not flying right now.
Yeah.
And walks over to this figure and kind of puts his hand on one of hers. Just to kind of be out of disbelief, this isn't what is it made of? Is it is it a body? Is it like a statue? Is it, stone, wood? What is it?
It's, as Corey observed it, right, it just looked like this wooden statue of a woman. And,
Yes.
but it is, perfect replication, features-wise and proportions and everything, of Demelin. And as you disbelievingly walk towards it and look up into the face of this guardian spirit, this dryad that has this long connection with your family, you hear from the mouth of the statue, in a very, very faint, dry, rasping voice, "What?"
There has to be like a sprinkle setting on this decanter.
The decanter has, what is it? The decanter has like a trickle setting? I think stream?
Yeah.
I'll double check. Hang on.
I think it does have that. It has at least one other setting.
Yeah.
Geyser.
It has.
Yeah, you can just like drink from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah. There's. Geyser. Geyser is like 30 gallons of water that just like gushes forward. Fountain is 5 gallons of water. Stream is 1 gallon of water. And you can. Yeah, you can choose which to do with that.
So I think I would put the decanter like up to the mouth of the figure and say stream and activate that setting.
Yeah, and the gallon of water spews forth, and it splashes over the statue and flows down its surface, but never reaches the floor. It's just drawn into the wood at various points. And as the gallon keeps coming and then finally finishes, as the last drop leaves the decanter and is absorbed into the statue, the texture changes. And Demelin is released. Sorry, we could only see Daisha and Corey, and then I put the Dryad token on, and then now we can only see Emin and the Dryad.
Oh my god.
What? It's a moment.
Sorry,
We're
everyone.
having a moment here.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, in the scene,
She
right?
stayed into the background.
She's cool, look at her though.
Whoa.
She's gonna got that, like, Tina Turner hair.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So yeah, I mean, if you want to go down one there, I think you're like there, right next to the statue, right?
Hold on.
At risk of disappearing. I can do it for you if you want.
No, I got it.
Okay, cool. Yay, you live. So as our scene focuses in on these two, she emerges from the wall, and the statue is gone. It was her, petrified, and she reaches out a long, elegant, willowy green arm with almost leaf-like fingers, and puts it on the side of your face, Emin. Emin. It's so good to see you.
And her name is Demelin?
Demelin, yes. Yeah, this is from Friction Stands thing, not Emmen's backstory. If you forgive him. Sorry, sprung this on him. Spring has sprung.
Demi, what are you doing here?
She smiles, having hearing the nickname for the first time in a long time. I was tasked with watching over one Agdon Longscarf. Sibilna herself bade me leave grandfather and travel to this. And she stops and looks pained for a moment as she puts her hand on the trunk. No. It was such a beautiful tree. It is gone. Gone. Emmen, while you've been gone, an evil has fallen across Prismia. Sibilna is... we don't know. Gone. Hags have control now. There is a hag. There is a hag here, Bavlorna. She cursed this section of Prismia, turned it to swamp. It was this putrid water that was drawn up into the tree. It made me sick. Petrified me. I could but watch as Agdon was released. He's the leader of these Harangon brigands here, has been for a long time. Sibilna. Attached him to this tree with a magic nail. Bavlorna must have made a deal with Agdon to release him. For it was a magical nail. It must have been the Haragons that cut down this tree. After Bavlorna flooded hither. Please. Do what you can. Grandfather is sick. That's the tree where your family was residing. Some of the dear pixies still live there, but your family has moved on. And is it Amax or Amax?
Max is okay.
Short sound?
Yeah.
Okay. Amax has gone into hiding. I'm afraid the hag in charge of that part of Prismia is searching for him, hunting for him. Do not worry. You know we have friends still. He is protected for now, but it is only a matter of time. You must find a way. You must find a way through. I am stuck, cut off here. Attached to this tree. What's left of this tree until Sibilna releases me. You must find a way. Find out what has happened to Sibilna. restore her, so that she can restore me, and I can get back to grandfather and put them straight, cure the sickness that the hag has put upon them. And if you can, find your brother. Help them. Help them free that section of Prismia too. But first, something closer at hand. You have freed me from the effects of the corrupted water, but there is something else. Something that stirs below the roots of the tree. Something that is not Saharangon. Please, find out what it is. Find out what it intends. And go. Go with the grace of this tree. And she reaches out, and there is almost like a ripple across the wooden interior of the hollowed out tree, as like a stone dropped into a still pool. Just this energy ripples through the wood in this immediate area. It doesn't go throughout the whole thing. And there is a shimmering in the air around the three of you. And your skin, clothes, anything that you're holding becomes very similar in color and texture to the wood of the walls and the floor of the carved out space. And for the duration of your time here within the tree, you have the equivalent of a pass without a trace spell.
Oh, dang!
Very.
So, plus 10 on stealth rolls.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I cannot...
Get to hydrate.
Indeed. I cannot fight. The damage done to this tree has cut me to the core as well. I must do what I can. Keep it alive, that it may protect you. That I may survive until Zabina returns. Dear Emin, protect your family, protect grandfather as I cannot. But for now, I must make like the tree and leave. She disappears into the wood surface of the tree.
And,
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
and then, like, hearing her make that joke, he'll very quietly laugh to himself, and he'll say, "Yeah, that's the Demi I remember."
And you remember that was a joke you told her, like, as a kid. You thought it was hilarious.
And he'll kind of
like actual you.
he'll kind of like put a hand on the wall where the figure was, and he'll say, "You do what you can, and we will do what we have to do."
Okay. So, as she disappears into the wood, you look around. And you kind of crack your knuckles and look at all of the weapons and things stuck to you. It's a shopping episode.
This is nice. Oh,
Hey!
I carefully put the sickle
shopping
that we were
episode.
given. Like, I put the sickle that I was given. I'm like, lovely. I don't need to worry about the rules with this one. Put the sickle down. like a rapier or some sort of thing that I can use to slice with if I can't have a crossbow.
I mean, hey, if you find any mistletoe, may as well grab it. Give it, grab it.
Yes, mistletoe. Is there any iron?
Gaelic druid. I mean, yes, Cora, your eyes are drawn top right. There's a nice bushel of arrows there, and probably something to use them with, I would imagine.
I will take that and the longbow that's with it, probably. And I would like to take a rapier with me if I can.
Certainly.
There is one. Thank you.
Yeah, you can take any simple weapon, basically.
Cool. Rapier.
Mm-hmm.
Was it rapier and longbow or short bow, depending on which one I'm allowed to have. I can't remember which one's simple, if longbow is a martial off the top of my head. And a bushel of arrows. Just a bushel.
A bushel, indeed. I'll just double check for the equipment for you.
And a dagger or two for skinning.
Yikes. Simple weapons. You can have there's a light crossbow and a short bow.
Okay. I would like the light crossbow, please.
Okay. It has
And
the
all of
loading.
bolts and such.
Has the loading.
No, it doesn't.
Part.
Crossbow expert.
Ah, yeah. There you go.
Mine. Which also means that I can, if I ever want to, I can do point blank bang.
Yeah, right. Without the disadvantage, and also remember that's firing at other people while someone's next to you as well, not just the point blank thing. So yeah, that's it is very useful. Yeah, I've never actually looked into that loading thing properly. I need to keep tabs on that. Right, because even if you have multiple
hands.
Well, it's not too bad. It's like if you have multiple attacks in a round, you can only fire once. That's what it means.
There's bonus action with crossbow expert. There's also bonus action fire again.
Yeah, nice. All right. So I was just talking about the straight loading.
Right.
Oh yes.
Yes. Nice. Okay. Daisha, what do you grab? Or are you just going with your snaky fists?
An axe.
An axe. Noted. And I'm glad it was after the Dryad had left. Evan?
He's guessing that none of his stuff is in this room.
It is not.
So
you do have a good search. Look through those crates. They're various bits and bobs, but I'm afraid not that stuff, no.
Probably also looking for like a rapier or short sword.
Okie doke. I just realised I forgot to do Dan's shout out in chat. Everyone, check out Frictionless Dan. There they are. That's their DM's Guild catalogue and their Twitter. If you want beautiful maps like this and fun encounters to do, have at it. Okay, so you arm yourselves. You're still unarmored, but armed. Where would you like to go? There are the soft voices. Yeah, this whole conversation with the Dryad was very quiet. Susurrating, gleefy sounds.
If I can put my ear against the door to see if I can understand or hear what kind of conversation's going down, I would like that very much.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
We'll do button, go, shum. 18.
An 18. Okay. Yes, well, you hear the familiar bravado and kind of gallant tones of the Harangon bandits. You make out two voices, and they speak thus. That's well played, sir. No, but I have the 5 of mushrooms. And it sounds like there are two Harangon in there playing a game of cards of some sort.
Do their voices echo, or do they, as if they're in a hallway, or does it sound like another room?
It sounds like another room. I mean, with the wooden texture, it wouldn't echo anyway. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you, I think, with your kind of survival skills and your idea of like orientation and where you are and things, you reckon this is the room that the exterior boardwalk would have led into, if you have got your orientation correct.
So, if we exit out to the one with like the 2 of mushrooms, it's the side outside.
I mean, yeah, there could be other exits from that room as well, but certainly it seems like that's the entrance room, like the main area.
Right.
Yeah. And there's the top door as well.
Okay, I report back and I go, perhaps we should try the other one just quickly. I don't know if it enters further in. Yep, shall we? Cool. And I don't... Oh, do we have anything that resembles lockpicking tools? Because I have nothing. Nothing? No?
I have long fingernails.
Ooh.
Don't know what good those will do you, but...
Good scratches.
Yeah, good scratches. That's about it.
I don't know if they took my thieves' tools, but...
I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they took it all.
Yep, everything except your clothes.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh.
Is there tiny, thin sporks? Is there pixie-sized weaponry inside?
There you go. There's the Roll20 chat has the name of the dryad there. Colby.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't even have like hairpins I can pretend to have.
Actually, in the herbalism kit, is there any sort of tweezers or anything like that?
It was just medicinal herbs.
Useless. And I'm pretty sure the alchemical kit's still with Billy, so we didn't even have that on us.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I mean, we could just try opening it. And if all fails, if it has hinges, we could try to knock those off.
True.
Be noisy, though.
Yeah, I'm going to try to stealthily open the door. The top door.
Okay, so everyone give me that plus 10 group stealth check, please.
Woohoo! Plus 10 group
Oh,
stealth.
yes. You... tree.
Okay, so Corey, how'd you go?
I'm debating whether or not I want to use my diamond.
That bad, huh?
No, it's not that bad. It's just, I need it to be bigger?
Everyone has one, by the way.
30-20.
Nice.
30-20.
21 on my end.
21.
25.
Okay. Thank you. For an average of 22. Pretty stealthy.
Thank you, passed without a trace.
Yeah, right. So, Emin, if you want to make your way over to that door, as you equip yourselves and stealth forward. Now,
okay.
The room beyond is dark. So you can only see where the lantern light from the the lantern light from the room you're in spills through the door there. And you can't see anything else. Zoom out a bit here for our friends back home. Let's see what our friend Frictionless Dan has to say here. Yes, you open the door and find this room quite dim. The light snores of a couple of herringons disturbing the otherwise still space. A patchwork of stolen decor is prominently on display. Each mismatched bedspread a wildly different colour than the next, tawdry even in the low light from the next room. Rugs stained with muddy prints muffle your steps as you enter, as shown by this stealth check.
I think Emin is going to, like, not going to say anything, but he's going to, like, point at Corey and, like, wave her forward.
Mm-hmm.
Corey, for her part, is going to, like, essentially skulk to the best of her ability, crossbow prepared.
Okay.
To fire if required. And keep an eye out as she enters.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very slowly.
Okay. You see in the dim lights there is a door in the top left of the room.
Okay.
But you cannot see anything else because you don't have dark vision.
She looks back and she, like, gestures at the torches. And asks Daisha to come to grab her one.
You're gonna grab one? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Okay, let me sort that for you.
Thank you.
Thank you, love.
Torches are 10 feet and 10 feet, aren't they?
Yep. Or it's 10 feet and then 15. I can't remember which part's dim light, though.
Yes, 10 feet bright and then an extra 10 feet dim.
Yeah, that's better.
There you go. Oh, it looks so cool. Sorry, I love dancing. It's so fun.
Dynamic lighting.
And I love the mushrooms. They're so good.
I think do I see what I see? As, like, I see that?
Do I see that? What's that?
So I see on my end. I see a boonie.
Yes.
In a bed.
Chat cannot, unfortunately. Roll20 is doing its thing again. Yes, in that yellow bed right there is a sleeping Herringon.
I very slowly put, what do I have? I probably, like, I put the torch back out of the room and I make, like, bunny gestures. And then sleeping gestures.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I say, I hear one. Can I see any others before I do that? Or is it just the one that I spot? Can I hear anything?
You heard a couple of, there were a couple of snoring voices.
Okay.
So there's someone else somewhere, out of sight.
And I go maybe 2 or 3 bun. Sneak? Not sneak? Kind of gestures, quite, like, silently. Checking. And with, like, with a slight, the quietest slight, like, disheartened sigh. Passes the torch back. And if I've spotted the door, I'm going to try and sneak through while they are sleeping, I guess.
Be my guest. So I'm moving the token because I want to try and get it to show up on Roll20. They have not woken up.
No worries. It would be very nice if they didn't work. Oh my god, that would be rather lovely. Not going
so yeah. Anyway, sorry, chat. That yellow bread spreaded one has a bun, and you step into the room.
I do. I do it very quietly.
Keeping to the muddied carpet as long as possible.
Yes, and I'd also, whilst I'm going along the muddy carpet, I'm counting beds to see if I can, depending to see how many there are, keeping a very keen ear out for any sudden movement to do that if I need to.
Okay. As you make your way further up, you do... can you see now on the edge of your light? There is one more sleeping in the top left, next to the door.
Temptation for rabbit first. Kirk continues along at...
Thinks back to Wizards of the Coast. Wild Beyond the Witchlight is one of our first adventures that you can play through entirely without engaging in combat. Must skin the rabbits. Must skin the rabbits.
Lucky. If you're lucky and the rabbits aren't complete and utter buttheads, yes.
That was pre-written. Although I do like Frictionless Dan's adventure hooks for this extra little bits of adventure that we're enjoying here. Adventure hook 1, getting beat up 1. Adventure hook 2, getting beat up 2. There are 2 more after that, but they're spoilery, so I won't say what they are.
Adventure hook 3.
So the Harangons were always going to be butt heads.
Yes.
Bun heads.
Bunny butt heads.
Bunny butt heads. So yeah, that one is visible on Roll20 as well, so please. I love the art is beautiful. Can we agree? We can agree, right?
I mean, I love playing as a Harangon.
Right?
They're so much fun. It's so much fun to be a rabbit. However, they took my abacus, and I have not forgiven that. And I suppose going along I'm following along this muddied carpet, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Be my guest.
Is anybody else? What are the rest of you guys doing?
Emin is right behind you.
Yeah. And
I can't move.
Can we?
Oh?
Is that okay if we just leave your token where it is, Daisha? Because you have night vision and will destroy this beautiful dynamic lighting that we have on screen.
Yeah.
It was a plan. You and John coordinated your laptop dying. He messaged you earlier today being like, leave your charger at work.
Oh, yes. Intelligent. Keep food. And I leave the door to Emin's skill if the door is locked. After keeping an ear out to see if there's anything else out. If Daisha is behind us, I think Corey is doing the thing where it's just like or she's reaching out, making sure that to do the hand thing if she sees even a remote ear twitch, being like. Okay, we're good.
I wish you made that sound. I know you don't, but.
No, Corey is so much cooler than Scarlet is. Just so much cooler.
Okay.
Trying to shush. Sounded like you were trying to shush a chicken. A chicken that was trying to balk, and you were like.
And beak close. What a few times I'm not playing an Aarakocra.
Emin, as the rogue, it's only fair to say, as you creep through the room, each of the beds has a chest at the foot of it.
Of course they do.
Don't tempt us like this.
You know what?
Do it.
It's only right.
Do it.
It's only right.
You have to. You have to.
So
go on.
I think that. Oh,
guys! Sorry, I looked at Dan's thing properly here. There were clubs, slings, light crossbows, leather armor, and one set of studded leather armor. Sorry.
Studded leather.
Studded leather.
So no rapiers. Sorry.
Okay.
Sadness.
But armor.
But
I'll take the armor.
It
says, armor, you squishy rogue.
It says specifically there is one set of studded leather, and then just says leather armor. So I guess there were multiple sets of leather armor.
It makes sense. Whoever's the squishiest should take the studded.
I'm taking the studded leather.
That's fine.
But you should have the best
I'll
decks.
take the regular. I'll take the regular.
I do.
Okay, so yeah,
the light crossbow.
And Daisha, you can get leather armor as well.
Sure, why not?
I'll just take a club then, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
eat them.
So there were slings and daggers there, right?
Slings, clubs, and crossbows.
Okay, I'm taking the crossbow for sure.
Yeah, the light crossbow. Okay. So, sorry about that. Missed that bit. Okay. So, you creep forward. Can you give me another dexterity check? You know, a stealth check with the bonus of the tree.
Tree bonus!
To see how stealthily you managed to open this door, which is not locked.
Oh, hold on. Before we do the door, I do want to try at least one chest.
Sure.
So I would think that the chest at the end of this bed, which is distant between the two sleeping rabbits, would be the best target.
Good answer.
Good job. Very nice.
Fair.
Corey has her crossbow trained directly at the throat of the closest one, just in case.
As a professional rogue, Emin, you may use a crossbow bolt in lieu of thieves' tools.
I pass you a crossbow bolt.
That is beautiful. All right.
Fantastic.
So dexterity. It's a dexterity check with your proficiency bonus.
Dexterity check with proficiency. Okay.
You got your boon.
You have a D4.
Yeah.
Use
You know
your
what?
boon.
Yeah, add a D4.
Yeah, I'm gonna add a D.
Okay.
Let's see.
Hold on, wait. It's not official yet, John. He needs to boon. He needs to do boon.
11.
He needs to boon.
15.
15. Okay.
Yeah.
You kneel down by one of the chests, and Corey and Daisha is like silent rage. Come on.
It's like, but I understand.
And then Corey's like, passes the crossbow bolt, and you just like put it
Just
in
like,
there. And
pass
there
the
is
crossbow bolt,
a
trains
very, very slight click, and everyone pauses for a moment. One of the herringons like rolls over, but just in their sleep. And you lift up the lid of the chest. And Colby, please roll me a d8 on Frictionless Dan's Footlocker treasure table.
Dun, 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 dun.
I got a 7.
As Corey starts singing obnoxiously, all of the herringons awaken and attack.
That is not. That's a Scarlet thing. That's not a Corey thing at all. Corey wants an excuse to kill these things.
Sorry, how'd you go there, Colby?
7.
A 7. Okay. Then could you also please roll me a D100?
Unbelievable. All right. 83.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds like a good number.
Deck of many things.
Yes.
Watch yourself.
As you lift the lid, it just draws cards automatically. No.
Chest of many
ingenious trap.
things.
Makes note in notebook, chest of many things. Okay. Trinkets. Okay, so I do need one last D100. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Because it's supposed to be just a boring trinket, but I want to make it more interesting.
23.
23. Okay. Inside this chest, you find a wooden spoon with a hole in the center. Now, this makes me very happy because I don't know how it is in Australia or the US, but in the UK, we have a tradition of gifting a wooden spoon to a newly wedded couple as
It's a thing.
a blessing for their household. I have mine with its congratulatory message written on it, still hanging in my kitchen, 17 years later. So that works out very nicely. Good dice roll, sir. So yes, you have a wooden spoon, but it has a hole in the center. But as you pick it up, you become intrinsically aware that this can be used. And so what was the second one? 20-something?
23.
Okay. You get the feeling as your roguish aura washes over this strange fey trinket. If you brandish the spoon at someone, they will be unable to speak anything but thieves' cant for the next 10 minutes.
Wow, okay.
That's so useful, though.
I gotta write this one down. Hold on.
Please do.
Not to tempt you, John.
Today's episode, various random trinkets with little funny knickknacks. Yes, Daisha.
No, you're fine. I was gonna say, not to tempt you, John. I put on our wedding red. This.
Oh, you're breaking up. Sorry. Remember the microphone on that thing. You have to be right on. Yeah.
It's the deck of many things.
I put on our wedding registry this, which is a physical deck
of many things.
That's
fantastic.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thanks, Casey.
Yeah.
Chaos.
Spectacular. Okay. So, if you get a Zoom call or a Skype call, I think a strange hour of the day, it's because one of the adventuring groups on Phoenix UK has found a deck of many things. I need you to draw a card for me. No,
beautiful.
Okay, so you got that there, Emin? This strange
10 minutes. Got it. Okay.
Bandit spoon.
So he takes it out and he kind of observes it.
Indeed.
And
because you speak thieves' cant, don't you? Yes, you do. Yeah.
I do.
So
yeah.
It can work either way, right? You can use it to seed confusion by causing someone to only speak in thieves' cant and everyone around them to not know what's going on, or you can give someone else the ability to talk with you in secret.
Oh, shoot.
Sneaky.
Right.
Clever.
So that was.
Is it just speaking or is it understanding?
That was a combination of the the Feywild trinket table and the Wild Magic for every class tables.
I need to DM the party after this. I need to DM the party.
Okay. So there are several other chests.
I think having found something so interesting, I think that Emin would shift directly over to the opposite bed. And let's try that one.
Please.
Prepares additional crossbow pointing.
No more Will o' the Wisp magic boon anymore. It's like Corey's just standing right over that one on the bed, just point blank range.
Make my day. Make it.
Be introduced to my little friend.
That is a 7.
I thank you.
Are you supposed to be good at this?
Boyd on. So hang on. So that was a natural 1?
Yes.
Right? Yeah, because you
have a diamond!
+6, you do have a diamond.
Oh, that is true. I have to take the second one, though, so...
True.
2 natural ones.
I mean, it's better than natural 1.
Hey! Alright, I'm going to use my inspiration. Okay,
Budget.
Now it's a 16.
Okay. You catch on the workings of the luck for a moment and strain, and which game is it? Is it Fallout where you can break your luck picks?
Oh,
yeah,
right.
Fallout, Skyrim, you can do that too.
Skyrim too, is it? Okay, I've never played it, but yeah, you get that feeling, right? Where you're like trusting. It's like I've almost got. Oh no! You back off. You shake your fingers out. Go back in. Oh, and Baron Dragonborn's got your inspiration right back. Yeah, guys, do not be shy with your crystals. Baron Dragonborn alone has a ridiculous amount of dream pies.
Thank you, Baron.
Thank you, Baron. And you do manage to click it open. Roll me that D8 again, please. Frictionless Dan's Footlock Treasure Table. A 6.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to roll a D4. There are 3 Tiger Eye gems. 66,000. Okay. Jesus Christ.
Jeez Louise.
That's like, what is that? 13 advanced inspiration crystals.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Baron, for watching the channel so much. A pleasure as always.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, three Tiger Eye gems, and just I mean, let's say you're appraising eye as a rogue. You're like, catching it in the torchlight. They are worth about 10 gold pieces each.
Beautiful. I think that being such a close call.
Yeah, it's like
I think Emin's gonna
okay, abort.
cut it there.
Yeah, I think actually I'm not sure if it's every bed. I mean, like on the map, there's only 2, maybe 3. Is that one in the bottom right? I can't quite tell. Let's see here. Hang on. Let's see. Yeah, it just says each of the 8 beds has a footlooker. But yes, let's leave it there.
Yeah. So we'll go back over to the door.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna try that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who's opening?
And so now,
stealthily?
Yes. So I'm gonna roll. We're all rolling for stealth, or
no, just with the person who opens it, to see how well they can open it.
All right. Let's see.
Do your best.
That's a natural 20, so it's 36.
Yeah. 36. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Woo.
If you've got them, folks, let those phoenixes fly. Natural 20. Little spinnies. 36. What?
36.
26, surely. Right?
Plus 10.
Plus 10
of
for
course.
the...
Yeah. I was like, wow. Oh, yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So, I'm going to... Sorry, excuse me, Corey. I'm going to put Emin there instead.
All good. I probably would have stepped to the side to be able to position my crossbow just so.
Right above the herring gun. I just want it to be so the torchlight goes through properly. So so Emin sees what he sees. Emin, you very carefully crack open that door. Oop. And see what you can see. Now, if you would like to move one step forward into the room, you could be peeking around the door frame. That's okay.
Okay.
Key points here. Okay, notice. Okay, so you very, very quietly open the door, and you see that this room is the largest within the tollway. And though by no means opulent, it clearly belongs to the leader of the brigands. A 4-poster bed, rickety and worn, towers on the right side of the room, while a once beautiful wardrobe and desk are poised on the other. Collections of things are gathered here and there, but the room seems generally free of clutter. A thin wooden door stands next to the bed to the the bottom end of the room, and it seemingly leads into the solid center of the stump. And as you peek through the door, you see... Hey, Daggers and Tails, good to see you. You see Agdon. And peeking through that foliage. That plant right next to the door is quite helpful.
Yeah.
You kind of like sneak in and like crouching behind it, and you can see through the branches. You see those crates and things that are all there, right next to the bed. Yeah. They are overflowing, and you recognize several of the items. And Agdon does not see you as he's sat on that four-poster bed, facing towards the door, and he is he's umming and ahhing as he has your most precious things arrayed on the bed in front of him. So like all your regular things, like weapons and armor and everything, are in those crates, and torches and bedrolls and all that kind of stuff. And then anything that you had that was shiny or valuable is arrayed. Yes, an intricate abacus, for example, is arrayed on the four-poster bed, and he has a couple of them. He's like balancing them, weighing them. He's like, What would you like to do? I do like how Dan has put little clusters, little bunches of carrots here and there in the place.
Yeah, I noticed the ones on the table in like a little dish. Yeah. I think that Emin would pull his head back in from the doorway and turn to Kore and Daisha. And
remember, there's a sleeping one right beside you.
Yeah, and like kind of make the bunny symbol and like tie like he's tying an ascot on his neck.
Kore looks immediately furious, and I feel like her hair is starting to bristle the sharpest thorns.
And then he's gonna do like this, and he's gonna like open his eyes, like make a sleeping motion, and then like not asleep.
That's it. Now, Emin, you do notice something. Yeah, that large, hefty wardrobe is right beside the door, which is nice.
That is convenient. Okay. So, all right.
This is where having Villy around with prestidigitation would be very helpful.
So
sorry, what? Sorry,
The spell.
The spell.
Emin is going to gesture at Daisha.
Oh, the brush is
and
there
he's
as well.
going to make like a grabbing motion, and then he's going to pull out the spoon that he got, and like he's going to point at the spoon and like a silent motion, and he's trying to imply, like he can see the confusion on Daisha and Kore's face.
Going for Ashley Johnson? Gag me with a spoon, Mrs. Henderson.
Ooh, tempting.
God, where are your children to make grown? You cannot torture us this way for our groans. You're supposed to torture your children for their groans.
That was a critical role.
No, we love it.
That's a critical role, bro.
And Emin is gonna like, I don't know. He probably doesn't have any like paper on it or anything, anything to write with. How many times can I use the spoon?
It's a one-off thing.
It is a one-off thing. Okay.
I was hoping it was definite.
No, yeah.
That would be so good.
Don't waste your spoon.
Yeah, I know.
Don't waste your spoon. It'd be really useful later too.
Yes. So, in that case, Emin is going to like wave his hands like never mind. And he's gonna point. He's gonna lean out of the door frame a little, point at
the wardrobe, yes,
and kind of like do like a pushing gesture, like
open the door. Don't open the door. Oh, blockade the door.
Let's do this as real as possible. Okay, just gesture and then say what each of you do at the end of the plan. I'm just curious to see if this can work.
Okay.
If anyone says a single word, that Aragon will wake up. Actually, I'm going to switch across this so everyone can see the screens properly. I love this a lot. I hope people tune in right now.
Can I say what who I'm pointing to, because they're on the same camera and I feel like I can't.
You can say it, yeah, you can say a name, yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Pointing to Daisha, I go. And then I point to me and I go point around, gesturing to the, especially if people are listening, gesturing to the other door. Me.
Careful, careful. Right, Heliop. Points aggressively at everything. You good? Okay, now I trust you all as players to, if you have got the wrong end of the stick, to maintain exactly what you were going to do, and will not change it by what anyone else does.
Okay.
Okay, so that was wonderful. So, Emin, as you're in the room nearest the door there, explain to me, as you give the go and everyone does their thing, and the other two, I trust you not to change what you think you're not supposed to do. Emin, what do you do?
Okay. Emin is going to into the room to give enough space for the other two to come in.
Okay.
Okay.
So he's without saying anything, he's gonna move into the room stealthily.
Okay.
And he's going to clear the wardrobe.
Noted.
So right there.
Okay. Daisha, what were you going to do?
This is so not what was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Room and I'm going to grab the wardrobe and
Okay.
start towards the.
And start what, sorry?
I'm going to go into the room, grab the wardrobe, and start pushing it towards the door.
The door, right? The one you came through, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
And like while frantically waving at Corey to come in the room.
And Corey, what did you think you had to do?
Honestly, Corey was just gonna walk in and shoot at Tom. You'd like, come in, bang, and I'm like, the rabbit, the one with the scarf, or the one sleeping, and you're like, either, and I'm like, alright, well, if the door's closing, I'm being gestured in.
He wasn't like either. He was like, yeah, that's right, you shoot. I mean, we're both going.
So then I made the tire.
There's 3 bunnies. Which bunny am I shooting?
That was actually about like 90% of what I had been trying to lay out.
Oh, thank God. What did we
Not
miss?
bad. Not bad, everybody.
So, as Emin moves into the room, Corey strides forward, light crossbow raised meaningfully, and Daisha grabs onto the back of the wardrobe as the... Yes?
If I can.
Please?
I'm going to shoot Agdon. Can I try to grab his scarf first? Like, just grab it if it's lying on the bed? If it's not, then I won't do it. But if it's trailed behind him on the bed, then I was going to go grab it. Bang.
You can, yep.
Cool. I'm going to do that.
So and Daisha, you wait for that key, and click. You grab the scarf, and there is a thrum of the crossbow string, and Daisha, you heave on the wardrobe. No check required. It's a wardrobe. You can push over a wardrobe, right? And it teeters forward and slams against the door, slamming it shut. There are the bagpipes. I knew they were there somewhere. Okay, and
Hey.
and as what do you call that, Corey? I would like you to fire your crossbow with advantage.
Thank you. I want this bunny dead.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
I was like, oh, finally sounds good. There are the bagpipes. No, I added this.
21, 21 to hit.
A 21 hits.
Nice.
Roll me that damage.
7 damage. If I can, since they're like pouring over my abacus at the paw, if possible.
I think it's going
No
to
one
be.
touches my bloody abacus.
It's going to have to be at the back, I'm afraid.
Alright, that's fine.
Just from the angle you're coming. Yeah, you shoot him, and the bolts just springs. He's like, no, gracious! And he springs to his feet, lightning quick, and spins onto you, sees you holding onto his scarf. He's like,
Riptide.
how? And you think you can come against me, the greatest brigand in all of Prismere, in my own bedroom? Shame on you!
Assholes say brigand.
Shame on you all! Gods! Gods! And we shall stop there.
Yeah, poor Billy.
Oh my god. What was
Hey.
the 10% that we missed?
What is the
We
10%
weren't supposed to move the wardrobe.
Oh,
Like,
I mean,
Because that was what I would have done. I mean, that's why I mentioned the
Yeah.
wardrobe, was to block the reinforcements coming.
yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen.
well, no, the wardrobe was supposed to move.
Gotcha.
I think it would have been after. Yeah, I think it did end up.
Ooh. Ooh. So I'm just gonna let this heron go and keep going. Okay, everyone, a massive thank you for joining us today, and a pleasure to spend this session with you. That was fantastic. All sorts of fun little trinkets and baubles, and a mime section as well. Okay, I hope you all had a good time as we did, and thank you so much for joining us here. If you are not already, please do join into our giveaway, !enter for your chance to win today's Encounters in the Feywild. You can use them in your Feywild games or use them as one-shots, wonderful things. And you have a chance to win there. I'm going to say what's coming up and find out what's going on with Scarlet, and we shall draw the winner after that is done. So this is your last chance, everyone. Last call. We are going to be back in the Weird West for our Deadlands mini-campaign with GM Josh later, and Josh from Corsair's Cove. Then tomorrow is Candlekeep Mysteries. The end of the weekend is one-shot roulette with the Uncaged Anthology crew. Tuesday is Rime of the Frost Maiden. Into the Underdark for Out of the Abyss. Back to Barovia with the triumphant return of Merrin as Esmeralda. Just go and save those boys from their stupid actions. And then you can join us again here with the full party as Willie comes running with some kind of poisoned carrots. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but we shall see as we try to ignore the heron gun and say goodbye to all you fine folks. Scarlet, what is going on with you and your... Oh, I meant to say in the Japanese bit at the start. I was supposed to call you what was it? Inspiration Gakuin.
Yes.
Damn it.
So, hi everyone. I'm Scarlet Song, character artist and one of the College of Lore Bard for the College of Inspiration on Sunday, which is 2 days from now because I don't know how to count days of the week. We are going to be doing our next episode of Arc Point, which resolves the slightly more violent than expected interrogation scene that happened last week. And if you're into fantasy noir, things like Agatha Christie style, dark, interesting, like modern fantasy ambience, feel free to jump over there. And I will be releasing on the 5th of April of Rain and Rescue, the new one-shot adventure, along with our Tri-Hound puppy, which is a new monster, which is basically a dog that can split itself into smaller dogs, but it's a giant dog usually, so you can ride it into combat and then it splits into puppies. So hopefully, if you're interested in that, you'll come check out Patreon for that.
Please do. There are the links over there in chat. Check all of that out. Thank you, everybody. That is all for today. Let us see who our lucky winner is as we close up the giveaway. Boop. Okay. Boom. As the streamer says, they're open. No, they're closed. Okay. Good luck, everybody. Tonight's copy of Encounters in the Feywild is going to... Turbo! Congratulations, Turbo. Another win. We've had you as a lucky person before. And thank you, everyone who's joined us fresh today. Thank you for the follows. And if you have given us a follow, I will give you that Discord invite. So please look to your Twitch whispers for that. It lasts for about a week, I believe, before the link expires. So jump in on that. And we shall see you all again very, very soon. Massive thank you, everybody. Thank you to my lovely players. Excellent, excellent fun as ever. One more congratulations to the newlyweds. And... Yay! We shall see you all again very, very soon. We're going to head off raiding. Everybody, do stick around and spread that love. We are going to go and see who's on at the moment. Do we have any of our stream team? None of the stream team are on at the moment. Let's go and see our friends over at Darling Creepshow. Darling Creepshow, a fabulous streamer, and they're doing some miniature painting at the moment, so if you want to have a quick chat and hang out with them, that'll be a good place to be. Stick around for that, folks, and we shall head you off in that direction. Let me get that lined up here. Okay, I think that's sorted. Yes, there we go. All right, thank you, everybody. Stick around for that raid if you've got to let those phoenixes fly. But till next time, as we say around these parts, oyasumi nasai. Oyasumi. Thank you.